I think everybody needs somebody, and that could be like a lot of people say my wife is my best friend or my husband is I totally understand that. But I think there's always a level of subjectivity in that relationship that you want, and it's not a therapist, but somebody who is like kind of knows you enough to where they would be objective enough, right? Like you want a healthy friend that can do what you and I do, right? Which is like, hey man, this is what's going on. Have you thought about this? What about this? What about this? Right? And it's not like, Graham, you always suck, bro. Like you always do this thing. It's not that, right? I think having that is a huge, huge benefit. From that perspective, I would go one step further. Like I found that having somebody like that also, and maybe if they can kind of give you a little bit of like a spiritual kick in the back as well, like that always helps as well, because it depends on what how you get motivated. But I to summarize what I'm saying, I think you need somebody like that. Would you agree? Or I think it's detrimental almost to not have somebody like that.
Yeah, I don't have anybody like that, but that's why I I think that's why you hire mentors or coaches, or you seek out, another perspective. If you don't have that person besides your spouse, who's like, I would consider you a really good friend, and I could call you for that kind of advice. But besides you, because like I've said, I kind of put you on a pedestal of like success, and like you've been there, and your resume is impressive. So I'm like,
Sure,
man,
sure.
Luther's got his shit together, man. I can call
I
him.
wish.
But besides you, you know, I've found that mentorship is really powerful. Coaches that you resonate with, on a personal level. I mean, I wouldn't discount having mentors and coaches. I mean, I think that's a very, very valuable thing. And yes, you're paying them, so obviously it's a different than, a friend
A
of
friend.
yours.
Yeah.
But it's a very valuable resource to have that, in general, an objective perspective from somebody who's not going to sugarcoat it, and they're just going to be like, look, man, you're really beating yourself up over nothing, or here's an idea that might work for you, or it's not just like, come on buddy, you're doing great. It's like actual tangible things, because they're not afraid of hurting your feelings. They are there to help you. But the only difference is you're paying them. But if you can find good mentors and good coaches, man,
Yeah.
it's a game changer.
I would argue with you that a good mentor or a good coach may not be may or may not be, but I am arguing that it may not be a solution to loneliness,
That is true. I can see that. Yeah.
because there's no depth there, right? There's
I
no
was
like,
talking, yeah, I was talking more just struggles in life, somebody you could talk to. But yes, it would not help your loneliness, because you got your meetings
there,
scheduled every 2 weeks, and that's not a
right.
relationship. I was
It's
speaking
not
more to the point of somebody you can reach out to get some advice when things are going shitty. But yeah,
yeah.
specifically loneliness. Yeah, no.